feel the flow right now. Allow to a limit, remind you of the sky when I'm in it. We on cloud 9 for the minute.
Hey YouTube, it's Rita, and I'm at 26 weeks and 2 days today. This is as close to back on track with the videos I can get for you guys, and then next Sunday I'll update it on time, hopefully. Sorry about the camera quality, and hopefully my words and the actual audio aren't off too much. My dad went on vacation and he took all the cameras in the house with him, and all I have is my crappy webcam to record off of. So I'll be doing that from my webcam, and then my next video will be back on my regular camera. So this week, like I said, I'm 26 weeks and 2 days. I realized that I hadn't been doing too much reading to you guys from, like my little updates and things like that. And I just realized my pregnancy Bible, I haven't picked this thing up in a couple months. I just realized that, and I feel so bad. I feel like I'm getting so excited with like the decorating of the nursery and the name picking out and all the clothes and things like that, that I've been neglecting my reading. So ladies, don't neglect your reading. It's still very important. We need to keep up with knowing what's going on inside the body and all that good stuff. So let's take a look at my my little 26-week email that I got. It says, and this was sent to me on the 1st of August because that's the day that I actually spent 26 weeks. And it just says, Dear Shrita, your baby's ears are better developed and more sensitive than ever before. She may now be able to hear both you and your partner's voices as you chat with each other. She's inhaling and exhaling small amounts of amniotic fluid, which is essential for the development of her lungs. These so-called breathing movements are also good practice for when she's born to take that first gulp of air. And she's continuing to put on baby fat. She now weighs about 1 pound and 2/3 and measures about 14 inches long. And according to them, that's about the length of a English house cucumber. I don't know. And that's about 14 inches from head to heel, because you know that's how they started to measure the babies now as they got older, from head to heel. And then it says if you're having a boy, blah 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 blah, which I'm not having a boy, I'm having a little girl. So that was the email. They, like I said, they send links that you can look up more information. The quick links this time were how to realize signs of anemia. So that's something to, for you ladies to look out for, anemia. Should you prep your nipples for breastfeeding? I might read that. I'm so confused about if I'm going to breastfeed or not. I know it's the best thing to do for the baby, but I just don't want to start breastfeeding and then have to take her off so soon and then not be able to keep up with pumping and things like that. Like, I just don't want to inconvenience her. I know that sounds weird, but I'm going to be having so much to do after she's born, things I can't control, because as far as school and graduation and things like that, and I'm really only going to have a month and a half, hopefully, if she comes on time, 2 months to do the breastfeeding, which of course, that's great. If you can do 2 months, then that's better than not breastfeeding at all. But the problem with that is I'm going to have to stop a little early before 2 months and try to get her to go on a bottle. And I just don't know if I'm going to have the energy nor the time to pump enough, if I'm going to be able to pump enough milk to go, with her caretakers and things like that. So I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm going to read up on breastfeeding, but she might just be a formula baby. I don't know. I feel so bad about just saying that she might be a formula baby because I really don't want to do it. But I guess we'll see. I'm not there yet. I still have plenty of time to think about it and decide. So,
Let's see.
Yeah. So basically, I don't want to bore you guys with the rest of that. But, what else has been going on with me? Symptoms, you guys. I never have too many symptoms, except for cravings. This week's craving is ice cream. Oh my gosh. I have been eating so much freaking ice cream. It's ridiculous. I was actually so embarrassed. Like, I went out in the middle of the night and bought a box of ice cream pops, chocolate ice cream pops with vanilla ice cream inside. And I sat there like I was some big fat person that hadn't eaten months. And I was just like eating them one after the other. And they were low fat. That was my excuse. I'm like, they're low fat, it's okay. But I just had to have the coldness of the ice cream. I don't know. And I don't like ice. Like, every pregnant girl I run into, they're like, oh my gosh, are you eating ice like you're crazy? Are you craving ice? And I'm like, no. Like, I cannot stand eating ice. Like, the chill of thinking about crunching ice in your teeth just freaks me out. Like, I doubt I'll ever be an ice eater. Like, even in the hospital when all you're allowed to eat is ice chips. I don't know if I'm going to do it because I just can't stand ice like that. So, instead I've been eating ice cream. It's a lot softer. But yeah, I've been eating ice pops like crazy and going, get to Dairy Queen and eating Blizzards. And I know you guys are probably watching all my other videos, and every time I talk about a craving, I just sound so big and fat because they're always so unhealthy. But hey, that's what she's making me crave, and it's weird because I normally wouldn't eat these things like that if I wasn't pregnant. So you can see it on my face. I'm getting fat. If you go back to my first video, and I don't know, maybe it's in my head, but I can see it. I'm getting chunky. But so yeah, that. And on top of that, now this might be a little bit TMI for you guys, but a symptom that might be an important symptom because I read about it in a book. I realized that my bowel movements were not as regular as they probably should be, and it wasn't even something that I really thought about until I kind of felt a little constipated one day. And I know this sounds disgusting, but I just think it's important to mention that, like, ladies, make sure that you're keeping yourself hydrated and you're eating foods that are going to keep you regular, because that's important too. Because something that my doctor had told me was you want to make sure that you're having regular bowel movements and things like that, because pregnancy will cause you to be constipated, and then you can get hemorrhoids, which are going to hurt the heck out of your butt if you get them. So I was like, oh no, this is not going to happen to me. So I've been, trying to eat some foods that regulate you and making sure I'm hydrated, because that's not something I want to happen, and it's not something I think you guys want to happen to you either. So that's just something as far as symptoms. Other than that, still been doing the girls' nursery. It's getting cuter and cuter every day. I put not just me and my mom and my dad, we had some little family time the other night and put together her dresser. It's a little dresser. It's a little cute dresser, not too high. It's just a little cute white dresser, and it had so many freaking parts to put together. So I'm like really scared when it's time to put her crib together. I don't know how that's going to be. It's probably going to be hell putting that together. If it took that much screws and hammering to put together her little dresser. So that's done. Still haven't bought her crib yet because I'm not sure what kind I want, what style. And I just keep seeing so many cribs and reading reviews on them. That's something that's so important, is the crib. I just, read so many stories about SIDS and things like that, and I'm just being really cautious about buying her cribs. That's what I've been doing the last things I do. I've been researching cribs and reading reviews probably since I was 6 weeks pregnant, and I still have not decided on one. So that's how important it is to me. The other thing that I did, you guys, was, I hope this video is not too long because I'm going to be pissed if I have to record it again. Anyway, let me just talk quick. I actually am thinking about, matter of fact, I'm going to make a second video because I have a feeling this one's too long. I don't have a timer, and there's something important I want to talk about. So look for 26 weeks part 2. Okay, thanks.